What is up, game lovers, especially sports game lovers? Today, it's a big topic. This is going to be an edited video. We're going all out, we're going all in, and we're doing it because EA, this is the final fucking straw. You are, ooh, you making me want to shake. Listen, man, it's gotten so bad with EA that I had to make a list of the things that EA has done us wrong in. This fucking video is all about EA phoning in every sports game that they've had for the last probably like fucking, I don't even know, 8 years, 7 years, 6 years. It's been since UFC 3, Madden fucking 18, fucking FIFA 17. I don't even know how long EA's been doing this bullshit, but it has to stop. And we're gonna call it out here in this video, baby. Drop a like, share, comment, all that jazz. Appreciate anybody that shows love on these videos. But today we are talking about EA Sports and how it's not in the game. And so let's get right into it, baby. Let's start with the golden era of EA Sports, and not just EA Sports, EA Big. Back in the day, EA had a division, EA Big, which developed some of the best arcade sports games out there, hands down, known to fucking man. NBA Street, NFL Street, even goddamn FIFA Street Fire. Fuck it, let's talk about their fighting games. Def Jam. That's all I gotta say. Don't gotta say much. Def Jam Fight for New York, probably top 5 my favorite games of all time. You probably don't agree, and I don't give a fucking shoot. Just like you don't give a damn about my opinion. Oh, wow, craziness. So, EA Big was a big thing back in the day. They were very good at making these arcade style video games up until they got into the next gen consoles, and Def Jam Icon and NFL Street Home Court weren't as good, but they weren't unplayable. They were actually pretty decent games when I look back at it. Not something that I look back to too fondly. Like, I want to go play fucking Def Jam Icon right now, but you know, it's not games that I would be like, oh man, Def Jam Icon, fucking throw that shit out the fucking door, out the window, like I feel about UFC 4. So their arcade style, their arcade based fighting sports games, top tier. And not only that, the EA Sports era where Madden, you know, NBA Live in the 2004 2005 era was at a peak, baby. It was so fucking fun to play, especially the NBA Live with Melo on the cover. The dunk competition was fun, 3-point competition was fun, just the overall vibe. I know you older people out there, you people that are my age, okay, little old heads, all right, we're pushing 30, all right, not pushing P, okay. And let's just say that era of NBA Live, Madden, with Vic on the cover, Melo on the cover, ooh, what a time to be alive. That was some fun gaming. Looking back, you know, not the best graphics, but overall gameplay wise and just the quality of life of the game. I literally played NBA Live, the one with Melo on the cover, the other week, and I can say, man, the dunk competition is still fun, man. I love playing the dunk competition, and playing some games with Tracy McGrady on the Rockets. It's fun, man. It's fun. You know, not the greatest gameplay. Let's just be honest, but it is fun. It is fun to play. NBA Street, let's not even get into it, okay? EA Big games were some of the funnest games I've ever played, and they're still playable to this day, have a lot of replay value, and EA was at the top of the top, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't be stopped until 2K Sports rolled around. 2K Sports started to do their thing. Visual Interactive, whatever the fuck that name, the brand is, they started to do their thing, started taking over the NBA portion of the basketball games. You know, EA still had their football, they still had their, you know, bullhickey NHL games. I think EA, did they have MLB at one point? I don't know, I forgot. But EA has all the sports games. They had literally all the sports games for the longest, and then NBA 2K came in and took over NBA Live, and now NBA Live is no more. After I forgot which year, I think NBA Live 18, NBA Live 17, they fucking literally just shitted on NBA Live. But that's when we get to the next topic, and which is competition in the lane of EA. EA has no competition when it comes to certain games such as Madden, such as FIFA, such as UFC. And so that's where the real issue lies, is that there's no competitor to compete with them. So they're able to just keep on regurgitating the same game every year, or as in UFC, every 2 to 3 years, which is just fucking utterly mind-blowing and egregious. And it's because there's no competition in the space that they're in. If they had competition like they did with 2K, they would try a little bit harder to be more innovative. But because of the fact that they don't have to be that innovative for people to buy the games, because they could just sell it off the title and a little bit of a gameplay, not gameplay, but graphics update, makes it easier for them to just go about and just spit on the faces of all the consumers and say, hey, it's an updated roster and you're not going to get it in the last game, so have fun. Which they don't even do for UFC, so I didn't want to get into that. If you want to see my UFC videos, I got a bunch in the vault, baby. You can check it right there in my channel, somewhere in there, all right? Just look at the videos, you'll see it. But EA has no competition in this space when it comes to certain games, so they definitely go about phoning in a lot of things when it comes to gameplay mechanics, when it comes to quality of life in the game, because they don't really have to do much to compete with other companies. So that's one of the major issues when it comes to EA. There's no competition in the spaces that they're at. EA has literally been going downhill ever since they stopped making those EA big games, those other EA games like Skate and all those great games that we all loved and grew up playing. For some reason, they went away from the whole arcade feel. They went away from the whole, having fun with these damn games, and it's just honestly depressing at this point. And that leads me to my next point. God damn it, I gotta get on my phone. Thank God we're gonna edit this, huh? The next point is, now we're in a microtransaction era. All right, and so what I mean by that is that EA likes to microtransaction the shit out of all their games, whether it's Madden, whether it's NHL, whether it's UFC even. In any game, they like to microtransaction the shit out of it to the point where, yeah, you pay for the base game, but if you want all this other cool fucking shit that's in the game, you have to pay a little extra doubloons to get it. And to me, personally, it's just utterly disgusting that EA, first of all, sells your game for the highest price that they possibly can, and then sells you on these microtransactions like it's goddamn 2K or fucking V-Bucks. And it's to the point where it's more than anything just cash grabs from EA, and they're consistently doing it, whether it's before the game comes out or whether while the game is out, and you have to pay for all these microtransactions, especially in games like Madden, where they have those, you have to buy the player packs and the card packs to get better players and all that shit. So basically pay to win mechanics within Madden, which is just so fucking horrible to do when you're already charging $70 for the game off the rip. So EA, man, the microtransactions, they've been doing this for a while. The microtransaction era of EA has been absolutely the worst era that they have possibly been a part of. They've had so many good games back in the day in the 2000s, and even in the early 2010s. They were doing well for themselves with games like Fight Night Champion, Skate 3. They had, NBA Street, even Home Court was doing well, I believe. And they just literally gave up on all the arcade style games, and they went to go to a simulation base where everything's a simulation game. They have Madden, they have NHL, they have FC24, UFC, as like I said, and you've been doing this for so long with these simulation based games, and you still make the same game year in, year out. And it's because, my next point, there is no reason to change. And the reason why there's no reason to change is because the consumer keeps buying. So as long as consumers keep buying the game, just like McDonald's won't change their ingredients because people keep paying for it, you know what I'm saying? They're going to keep giving you the same bad food. They're going to keep giving you the same bad game over and over every year because people will still pay for it. And on top of that, people will gas these games up like it's goddamn the best game to come out the next year, even though it's the same game that they just got the previous year. People will literally go and be like, oh my god, new Madden pack, I can't wait to play Madden again this year, when you just played it for the whole fucking year before it. You know what I'm saying? And then you have content creators blasting the content about like, oh, new UFC story mode when it's the same goddamn story mode as last year except for 2 new cutscenes. And it's just so fucking garbage at this point because not a lot of people call out EA for their bullshit. They're just there for the content, so they're just consistently just pumping out the content no matter whether the game is good or not. They give their honest opinions, but then never really go through with being like, you know what, I'm just gonna hop off this game and just try something new, try a new game, because they know that their fan base is there to watch some goddamn Madden, some NHL, some UFC, or some goddamn PGA Tiger Woods golf. I don't know what you guys are into, but it is what it is. So, just like 2K, people buy 2K every year because at the end of the day, it's 2K. It's the only NBA game out, and people like to do the My Player mode and spend money on microtransactions in 2K too. It's just a goddamn mindfuck. Holy Jesus. It's like the episode of South Park with Freemium, where it's a free game, but everything costs money. So it's like, it doesn't make no sense why even play the game, because everything's pay to win, especially 2K and Madden. All that shit is pay to win. It's not even anything about skill based or anything, or like you have to actually have talent. It's a money is the talent in that game. If you have money, if you can pay for all the fucking VC points, if you can pay for all the Madden V-Bucks, you're gonna be good at the game because you're gonna have all the highest skills. At the end of the day, that's true. It's not like a game like Fortnite where like it doesn't matter whether you buy a cosmetic skin. You actually have to be good at the fucking game to win. So Madden and 2K and all this bullshit, and 2K has nothing to do with EA. So let's just stick to the topic I am. EA and their microtransactions, and just the fact that they don't have to compete with anybody, and that the fact that the consumer keeps buying it, even though they know it's the same product, except for with a graphics update, is the problem. And the way that we solve this, and this is the last part of this video, is by not buying these fucking games. Let's actually come together as people, as one. Stand up and fight back. Just kidding, man. I know that's not gonna happen. Just like there's never gonna be a union in goddamn UFC or MMA or in boxing. It's because a lot of people have their own interests in mind. At the end of the day, a lot of content creators make money off of this game coming out every year, or UFC coming out every 3 years, or any game they play, 2K, Call of Duty, Fortnite. So they're not really going to be that critical of the company that's making this game, or the game itself, because they want to enjoy their time. I mean, you did pay $70 fucking dollars, and in some cases $700 with all the microtransactions you pay for. So of course you should enjoy the game if you're spending that much money, investing that much time, and also creating content on it, because not a lot of people want to come on to fucking YouTube or Twitch to see you just complain all day about a game that you're playing. So understandable, but at the same time, we have to be critical when critique is needed, and EA definitely needs a kick in their ass, because at this point EA's not even trying. They don't have to try, because they know people will pay for the game regardless if it's good or not, as long as it has Madden NFL on the title, as long as it has NHL on the title, and as long as it says UFC on that. Everyone who loves those sports will pay for the game, and they know that at this point. So they're just going about reselling the same game over and over, reskinning people. It's putting effort in some certain players, and then other players just phoning it in. And it's because EA doesn't really have to try. They don't have any competition. There's no reason to right now try harder than what they already are, because they have a player base that's going to pay for the game regardless. Even though I feel like EA Sports UFC 5's viewership is at a very low point, especially that's a new game compared to other games that came out brand new. This has a low viewership for this game, so hopefully they see that and try to make some changes for UFC 6. But knowing EA, they won't do an absolutely goddamn thing about it, and it's gonna be the same game as UFC 5, but with fucking overlay change. That's my thoughts on EA and how it's not in the game anymore. And I think we can all agree in that EA Sports is not the same as it was back in the 2000s or early 2010s. EA Big needs to make a big comeback. No pun intended. No big pun intended. Rest in peace. But EA does need some competition in the field as well. Hopefully there's another UFC, or not UFC, but PFL or One Championship that can come out with a MMA style game, and we can have some competition in that field to make EA give them a little fucking boost to make them actually make a better UFC game. And then for Madden and FIFA, which is FC24 now, tough fucking cookie. I'm sorry, but there's not gonna be any other game that's gonna come out to try to compete, because EA owns those rights to Madden and to, I guess, soccer. But UFC, their contract's up within, I think, 6 years from now. I don't know. It's a while. Okay, guys. So we're gonna have to stick it out with EA making UFC games, but hopefully they have some competitors coming soon. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Like if you like this video, like this shit out of it. Let's get to fucking 28 likes. Yo, I'm a simple man, bro. I don't really give a shoot, okay? And share the video if you like the video. Comment down below if you want to talk your jazz to me, if you don't agree, if you do agree. Either way, baby, love and hate's the same thing. So if you hate it, you love it. If you want to just talk about it, that's what the comment section's for. Appreciate anybody that watched this video, whether it's good or bad, that the reason why you watched it. I really do appreciate anybody who has, and anybody who's liked any of my previous videos. Thank you. We got more videos on the way. I'm not gonna stop, baby. The roller keeps rolling. All right, the asshole in the white tank top with another one, baby. And I hope you like it, because we did a little bit of editing on here. So you guys have a good one. Have a good night, good day, or good afternoon, wherever you're at. And I'll see y'all on the next video. Cheers.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.